Here is another problem I had as a production stair builder. Someone who was cutting all of the stair parts for a project that might have over 100 sets of stairs in it. And I'm not about to suggest you're going to run into this problem cutting a single set of stairs and assembling it within a few days. However, I did, because I would cut the stair stringers and it might take me a couple of weeks or a couple of months to use them, and during that time the stair stringers could have shrank. So what I did to solve this problem was simply cut the risers a little bit smaller. So instead of having 7.5-inch risers for my 7.5-inch riser stair stringers, I would cut them at 7.25 inches and simply leave a gap at the bottom of the riser. And this didn't create a problem for the tread to riser connection. However, it eliminated this right here, which often leads to stairs squeaking. And I would even cut my risers at least 1/8 of an inch shorter minimum to allow for any expansion and contraction or lumber shrinkage from the stringers. There's a very good chance the plywood or the OSB is not going to shrink. And if it does, it's not going to shrink enough to make a difference. However, that's not the case if you're using construction standard lumber and it's not completely dry. That could end up shrinking as moisture evaporates or leaves the wood. And that could create this problem right here. And basically what happens here is that the treads will move. They will kind of flex up and down while you're walking up and down the stairway. And that's going to create the horrible squeaking noise from the tread rubbing on the nail. And I know what you're thinking, hey, I'm going to use adhesive, I'm going to use some type of a sealant, something that's going to eliminate this from happening. Just keep this in mind, that if you have a product, an adhesive or a sealant that somehow separates from the lumber, either the bottom of the tread or the top of the stringer, and there's a very good chance that's going to happen if you have enough pressure from the lumber shrinking to cause the separation, because most of the time it would be a piece of wood rubbing up against another piece of wood or a piece of metal like a nail or another part of the building that is not securely fastened.